Hello, Internet. It is officially day 90 of 365, 42 of MediaFast. It is the evening, and I think, if my memory serves, that, skip, we're at the end of the day, yay! So what am I gonna call today? I'm gonna call it This Little Light of Mine. After the Sunday school song. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Because, why am I calling it that? Well, after my night where I had this deep brooding thought, and then I woke up and I had this vision. I'm gonna quote, I don't wanna quote Wicked, but that's the only thing I can think, a vision, almost like a fantasy. Because it's not exactly the most Christian song, but the lyrics are I think when you have a vision like that, it's sort of, that's the only sequence of words that fit. It was a vision, almost like a fantasy. Throughout the course of the day, so successful points. Number one, despite being kind of sleep deprived, your girl got shit done. But here's the thing. Everything that I was able to accomplish today, truly, all credit goes to God. All credit. Because in the middle of if I got an email based on the situation, ongoing situation, I went I'm an avoider. I am not good with confrontation. I am emotional. I'm suspicious. But I would pause and then I'd be like, no, nothing I do or say is going to diminish the power that God has over the situation. And I don't know, everything just flowed really smoothly today. And today's evening prayer, because the theme of the day was God's vision, God's plan, and every once in a while, Internet, you need to listen. You don't need to, but if you somehow found your way, it's like a so you're gonna listen anyway. Or future me, listen. God is so good. And crazy thing is, if you've been going to church long enough, this is stuff you've already heard. None of this is new. Everything is, no, I'm not gonna, that's dramatic. I'm not dramatic today. Am I? No, I'm always dramatic. What am I saying? But I think today was just such a reminder of that light. Because I was talking to my friend, and we were talking about creatives, and when I say creative, because I've given myself that name, there's a little bit of that imposter syndrome, because it's I call myself creative, I think creatively, but where's my art, yo? I'm working on it. But I think one of the things is I've been praying on it, and God is clearing the cobwebs, and as He's clearing the cobwebs, He's pulling me out of the darkness. Psalm 139, 11, 12 is I'm going to quote exactly what the verse says because I don't want to misquote the Bible. 11, 12. If I say, surely the darkness shall cover me, and the light about me be night, even the darkness is not dark to you. The night is bright as the day, for darkness is as light with you. Listen, future me. Listen, Internet. The reality is, God built me like this. He built me to feel deeper, to think more than the norm, to analyze something, to like, and I'm not saying it's his fault that I'm like this. I'm saying in recognition of that, in recognition that this gift he gave me of how to process this world, I'm also aware that in the strengths of like this perspective, like if this is my light is a fragile, tiny little birthday candle that stands strong, you know, like those trick candles, like it'll keep burning, but it's tiny, it's very fragile, and the strongest gust of wind, it might look like temporarily the candle got blown out, but no, it is a special candle that will never blow out because God made me this way. I think, yeah, just the word that I've been studying, the word that I've been immersed in, yeah, there's still a lot of shame I need to overcome. There's still a lot of guilt, but today, I think just seeing his ability to forecast, to see how the world, everything was going to turn out, to see it all and execute it all because love. Because he loves us. And I mean, that's okay. Lot theology backstory that I'm not going into, but it's like this is me, like me with my just like a lot of mushroom clouds as my mind is being blown constantly. It's already Wednesday. You know, I was talking about like skipping, and there's a part of me, because stuff right now is not easy. It is not easy. There is a part of me that genuinely wants this week to be over, to, you know, reach the conclusion of that situation, and for me to bring on Easter and to celebrate. But I also, there's another part of me, because amidst the struggle, man, God has been speaking. God has been speaking to me in ways where I'm like, I don't know what to do with this information. I need to process this. It's scary, it's exciting, it's so simple. Follow him, and the rest will take care of itself. Shine. That's all he says, shine. There is no darkness that he cannot reach. And here's like one of the big perspective shifts. I am what I am. I emote maybe a little too much. Maybe I'm too much to handle for the regular average man, but God is not the regular average man. God is God, and he's saying there's no depths of darkness where you can run from me, hide from me, or dwell within me. So in all those times where I'm thinking I'm being dark and broody, God's like, flashlight directly in my eye and saying, what you doing, kid? Why do you think sadness is your source of inspiration? Why do you think, you know, I mean, stories, like in story structure, they demand conflict. Like if you are a writer, the best writers know how to torture their characters. Like it's a lot of negative language. And I think because of that, I'm like, oh, I gotta be sad. I don't gotta be that. What if the point of good storytelling is you recognize the darkness, you see where the darkness is, but when you plunge into it, because you have to, you're in recognition of, but it's plunging into it to get out of it. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense, future me. Maybe? I don't know. I think it's just, I'm at that point where I recognize that maybe in previous attempts at being creative, I would just plunge and then go deeper and deeper into the abyss. Like the Get Out T thing. Like slow motion. But God is saying, Lighthouse, he's like, nah, kid. You can't run away from me. You can't drift from me. But it would help if you reached out. Cry out. God, I'm scared. God, I'm alone. I don't like this, Dad, I'm scared of the dark. Get me out of the dark. Help me see your light. This little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. And yeah, I'm continuing to pray things where I think originally I wanted to be like, watch what you say. Not just the internet, because, But I think just in general, I've been saying a lot of things where I'm aware the rebound effect. People talk about manifesting, and this isn't that. Manifesting isn't biblical. But this is like, I've been saying words and not really thinking about who's hearing them, I believe in an omnipresent, omnipotent, that's the word. Omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient, that's the third one. God. That God is always listening. God is always listening. God is always aware. Why did I think that my words wouldn't matter? Why did I think that I could just casually say something and it wouldn't matter? Which is why, even as I do this, even as I forget the words I speak, I want to be very conscious of it, somewhat, so that in the future, a year from now, as I look back on this record of this year, that today, on March 31st, day 90 of this year, I publicly said, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. According to Psalm 139, 11, 12, can't hide anyway, but I'm making that decision that I'm gonna let it shine. Which does mean to be so, to truly work on that patience, to truly work on forgiveness, to work on it in the sense of just keep telling myself, just keep praying, just keep working on it, and to truly just lean on him. My little light it's one of those trick birthday candles, and so many evil things in the world will try to blow it out, but God is by my side. I also think it's funny considering tomorrow's April 1st and it's all about jokes, and I could have saved this for tomorrow, but no. This thought came to me in regards to today about God's vision and God's light. Why does my brain work like that? We'll see what happens tomorrow. I remember last year, Passion Week, and I remember even then, there was a huge change from 2024 to 2025 in, how I approached Passion Week. And there's such leaps and bounds from then to now. I can't explain it, but it's just huge. I had a cultural zeitgeist moment. I will not put it to words, just that's what that face was. But yeah, gonna go to sleep for now. Gonna pray a little bit, because I feel like I need to write some stuff down. But, yeah. Oh, wouldn't it be cool if I could do a little fire effect? Yeah, that's how I'm gonna end it. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Good night, Internet. Let's just see. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna hold my finger up to see if I can do a little fire effect. I might not be able to do it. Let's just see. Good night.